High praise from head coach Bruce Arians for how healthy and explosive he's looked at camp. Arians raved about AB, saying he looks better than ever right now and is playing at a speed like he was at 4 to 5 years ago. So, Shannon, do you expect Antonio Brown to be even better than he was last year with Brady?
I do, Skip, for the simple fact that, as you remember last year, Skip, he didn't come in until half the season.
Yeah.
And there's no kind of football shape unlike playing football. So he can do all the running you want on the track. You can do all the drills you want to. But what gets you in shape is playing football. So it took him a while to get his legs up under him. Now, Skip, he's not going to be what what BA is saying 4 to 5 years ago. In 2015, AB averaged 12 targets a game. He's not going to get that. In a 6-year span, from 2013 to 2018, he averaged 170 targets a game. He's not going to get that many targets. But we saw last year in the 8 games that he did play, he was almost 6 catches a game. So I can see him healthy, him being very, very comparable to those numbers. You project that out over 17 games, Skip, and that's a very good season. So AB is explosive. AB, nobody has ever questioned AB's ability. That was never, ever the issue. Him getting to the field was never the issue. It was all the things that came along with him. It was the practice, it was the meeting, it was the behavior. If Big Ben wasn't throwing him 55 targets a game, that was the problem with AB. It was the behavior, not his ability, the behavior. BA made it abundantly clear. You step out of line, you're gone. It's amazing when guys are faced with their professional mortality, how they'll behave. That's what it took. Because I hate that it took him $30 million to find this out, because that's what he lost in Oakland, $30 million that he never going to make up. But I'm glad he turned his life around and says, you know what? This game is bigger than me. Because there have been a lot better players, and guess what? The NFL will move on. Eventually, Tom Brady's going to retire. But guess what, Skip? They're still going to play football. They still play football after Jerry Rice retired, Emmitt Smith. So the NFL is a machine. It's going to continue to churn with or without you. I prefer AB be a part of it as long as he possibly can. But it took what transpired in Pittsburgh, what transpired at Oakland, what transpired in him being sitting on his couch before someone giving him a call for him to realize, you know what, this game bigger than me. Let me go on and make this money while I still can, behave myself, act like an adult, be a professional. There's a pro and there's a professional. Let me behave and act accordingly and get this money.
And let me seize the opportunity to play with the GOAT.
Yeah, and get a championship.
That's what I'm saying. So I loved everything I heard from Antonio Brown yesterday, because most of his troubles are now behind him. Does that mean he's an angel? No, he's not.
No.
And is he 1 inch away from going over the edge again? We know, we've seen it too often. But I do believe that Tom Brady has been good for him, and he's been good for Tom Brady, because they have some kind of rapport.
They do.
They have a mutual trust that exhibited itself early on last year, because, to your point, he walks in not in football shape. And if you look at what happened over the last 8 games of the regular season, he averaged, well, he had 62 total targets a game. That's 8 targets a game. 8 targets a game. His 62 were only 1 short of Mike Evans' 63 targets over the last 8 games of the year. So all of a sudden, he's right at the top of the list. And his catches were the most on the team over the last 8 games. He had 45 balls that he caught to 40 for Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin also had 40. So you think they were looking sideways like, gee, you know, I thought we were pretty good, and all of a sudden this guy's catching more balls than we are?
Skip, he makes everybody better, because now because you see, Mike Evans was a little gimpy. Watch Mike Evans this year if he's 100% healthy.
Well, speaking of 100% healthy, the point that Bruce Arians was making was that AB had never had a surgery in his life, and this knee was nagging him down the stretch last year, and finally at New Orleans in the playoff game, it went. He tore the cartilage. He missed the whole NFC Championship game at Green Bay. He missed it. He came back limpy and gimpy for the Super Bowl and managed to catch the 1-yard touchdown pass, which is, you know, Tom says, I'm going to get you one. I'll get you something. But Bruce Arians is saying that after the surgery that he desperately needed, it was just a cartilage, it was an arthroscopic cleanup, okay? He says he's playing at a speed, as Jenny read, he's playing at a speed that we saw 4 or 5 years ago. Well, if that's true, then Tom Brady's going to have the closest thing to Randy Moss he's had since Randy Moss. If he's actually playing much faster than we saw him play last year,
Right.
look out.
Skip, he has that quick twitch. He has that herky-jerky because he started his career as a punt returner.
Yep.
And so he understands how to operate because not only can he play inside, the slot, he can go outside. So you can do so many different things with him. You can move him and put him in motion. And you're hard-pressed to get your hands on him at the line of scrimmage. That's what makes him so difficult. And you see, AB was AB. But the guy that AB left in Pittsburgh, he hadn't been the same since AB left.
He really has not. Now, he's just aging right before your very eyes, and I still think he's got a last hurrah in him, Ben Roethlisberger.
No, I ain't talking about Ben. I'm talking about the receiver.
Oh, the receiver?
Yeah. Remember the guy that they said, oh, we can replace him. We can replace AB with him.
Oh, that receiver. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Juju.
I thought you meant the quarterback.
Well,
okay.
Big Ben, I don't know if Big Ben can push the ball down the field because it seems like everything now is smoke screened and throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, so is AB going to put up the kind of numbers he did in 14, 15, 16, 17? He is not because they got too many weapons. Well, they got 2 Pro Bowl receivers flanked out.
And you still got Gronk, you got OJ, you got Cameron Brate.
And Scotty Miller, and we can just go down the list. There's quality.
Right.
Their depth chart is the most quality receiver depth chart I've ever seen before, right? So Tom will spread the wealth. But I think his favorite of this whole group will be Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
So Antonio knows he's in a great place, and he said he's talking about APG. You got to appreciate, you got to have perspective, and you got to stay grateful. That all sounds good, and I think it's in his heart right now. Can he embrace that all year long when he has an off game or whatever, he doesn't get as many balls as he think he should? Well, we'll see. But I think because he's with Brady, he has a chance to be very special this year.
Well, Skip, they'll tolerate you until they can replace you.
Yep.
Production and tolerance. When your production is high, so is tolerance.
Yep. Well, we will see.
But Skip, in a situation like this, they know what they have. BA will not let AB, and I don't believe AB will step, because the thing is, this is what he always needed. He always needed a coach to hold him accountable, no matter how great you are. Mike Tomlin, as great as Mike is, Mike is a lot. It goes to AB because you have to have some personal responsibility. That's your behavior. But when you coddle and you tolerate it, Skip, the guy showing up for meeting, you can't say, well, he's gonna be there on Sunday and go like, no, because everybody's like, hold on, wait a minute. Well, AB, why are they being in practice? And you let it go, and then all of a sudden, he taping you your post game. He not showing up. He doing whatever he wants to do, and then it becomes like, we just got to separate. But I love BA. He laid it down. Says, AB, this is what we expect of you. If you can't do this, you're gonna have to move on.
Well, you don't think Brady holds him accountable?
Yes.
Brady said, this is how you do it. This is what you have to do, and we can go win.
Well, Brady's the reason he's there. Because BA made it abundantly clear at the beginning. We don't need that.
And remember, he coached him when he was a rookie in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
And said, I don't like what I see.
Exactly.
Right?
So, but Brady went to him and said, hey, I can control. Kind of like Jordan with Dennis Rodman. Phil, get him. We can make it work. We might have to go to Vegas. We might have to wake him up.
Yep.
But we can make it work.
I don't think Tom's going to go to Vegas for AB.
Nah.
But I do think this team is Super Bowl bound again.
They loaded
this
again.
Is loaded.
Yep, they loaded.
Ooh, yeah. Hard to deny, and cannot wait to see them back in action. We are getting close to the season, guys. That is something to be excited about. But first, have we found the definitive proof that KD is actually the best player on the planet? I have proof for you. Stick around.